It's not always an injury on the court that takes you out. Pain and mobility issues arrive anywhere, at any time. The sports medicine providers at MSU Healthcare are here for your comeback.
Patients should expect that we'll spend time with them and listen to their symptoms, tailor a physical examination to their issues, and customize a treatment plan, whether it's surgical or non-surgical, to help them get back to their active lifestyle and goals that they're interested in.
Sports medicine is a bit of a misnomer. We don't only treat athletes or people involved in organized sport. I think the better title for this would really be movement medicine. If you have something that's limiting your ability to do those tasks, we're here for you to help you and get you back moving again.
Even though you're injured doesn't mean you can't be active, and I like being creative and finding ways to keep you active even though we're trying to rehab you through an injury or complaint.
MSU Healthcare Sports Medicine, official providers of MSU athletes and you.
Women's flat track roller derby is played on a variety of floors and surfaces, including concrete, sport court, and wood. The track layout is 108 feet by 75 feet and is flat and oval. It also includes both outside lane and infield area for officials. You'll notice there are two primary lines across one side of the straightaway on the track. The back line is called the jammer line, and jammers must start each jam behind that line on the track. The other line is called the pivot line, and blockers start the jam anywhere on the track between the jammer line and the pivot line. Once the jam starts, the skaters are allowed to skate forward, past these lines, and start making contact. But they must stay on the track at all times, if they can help it. Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack and must get through all of these skaters for an initial pass before they can begin to score points. When the initial pass is complete, a jammer can score 1 point for every opponent they pass with their hips. The first jammer out of the pack legally is declared lead jammer, which means they can end the jam anytime they want, before the 2 minutes are up. Sounds easy, right? Roller derby is a hard-hitting contact sport played on quad roller skates. The object of the game is simple: score a point for every opponent you pass. But getting there is not so simple. At the beginning of the jam, each team fields a jammer. The jammer is the skater with the star on her helmet, and she is the only one allowed to score points for her team. After the whistle, each jammer must make what's called their initial pass through the pack before they can start scoring points. On each subsequent pass, they can score 1 point for each opposing blocker they pass upright and inbounds on the track. If a jammer completely laps an opposing jammer, she can also earn a point for passing her. Each point is scored by the jammer's hips getting past her opponents, not her skates, requiring speed, agility, and even a little creativity.
making their debut as one of the big kids in the adult bout. It is Savage Patch Kid. Okay, I'll run her down. Okay, thanks. All right, number 25, Lacey B. Jammin. Number 28, Nesquik. Number 3, Twiggy Zigzag. Number 30, Sophira. Number 3174, Leaf Clobber. Number 33, Puddin'. Number 44, Tiki Torture. Number 50, Daisy Mayhem. And number 56, Terrorhawk. And coaching Great Lakes tonight are Life Coach Dan, Betty Rampage, and Ty McFly. And welcome to Lansing Great Lakes Roller Derby. And wearing black tonight, your home team, Lansing Roller Derby, we have number 0, Barbie Flay. Number 10, Lucille Brawl. Number 100, Motor City Kitty. Number 12, Emotional Jamage. Number 18, Herderino. Number 2, Inzy, not in the mood tonight, because it's so hot. Number 21, Mick Jammer. Number 22, Yarmageddon. Number 3, Strega. Number 37, Ms. Hyde. Number 5, Can of Whoop-Ass. Number 56, Deacon Bruce. Number 69, Rogue One. Number 89, the Social Smacktivist. And rounding out the roster, it is 195, the Mind Killer. Coaching Lansing tonight, we have Coach Abby Warhol and Highland Kapow. And officiating this bout, we have Are You Reffin' Kidding Me? You know, I know, you know, Axel Rolls, Ringmaster, Flame, and a like something. Like and subscribe, a.k.a. Ringmaster, Flame, and 2P, Apper Torture, and number 37. Calamitous Intent, thank you. Thank you. And on the jam line for Lansing for this first jam, it is number 12, Emotional Jamage. And jamming for Great Lakes is number 4 for Tiki Torture. Tiki Torture running into Strega and Lucille Brawl in the pack. Emotional Jamage getting, oh, and Tiki Torture is going to be lead jammer. Emotional Jamage turning on the afterburners, trying to catch up. And the pack is moving at the speed of light. First penalty call. Tiki Torture takes a hit to the inside, calls it off. Great Lakes starting this bout out with 4 points. Lansing held scoreless. We got number 25, Lacey B. jamming on the jam line for Great Lakes. This is number 0, Barbie Flay, jamming for Lansing. Great Lakes going to start this jam at a slight disadvantage. Team pivot, number 28, Nesquik is cooling those wheels in the penalty box. And you know, I know, you know, is making the timeout signal with his hands. And now it's official. We have an official timeout. All right, the jam timer has just announced 5 seconds. We're back into action with Lacey B. jamming on the jam line for Great Lakes. Barbie Flay for Lansing, and it's Barbie Flay will be lead jammer. Barbie Flay about to hit that pack at full force. And Barbie Flay scoots through that pack, hits it and quits it. But picking up 4 points for Lansing, and Lacey B. Jammin did manage to steal a point there for Great Lakes. So Great Lakes holding on to the tiniest of leads here at 5 points, Lansing at 4. We got Herderino and you know, I know, you know, has just called another official timeout. All right, 5 seconds has been called. Timeout is officially over. We've got Herderino on the jam line for Lansing. And this is Tiki Torture back on the jam line for Great Lakes. And Tiki Torture will be lead jammer. Nesquik out of that penalty box with a vengeance. Tiki Torture coming up to the pack. Inzy Mood is not in the mood for Tiki Torture shenanigans. Pushes her to the inside. Tiki calls it. Herderino picking up 2 points there for Lansing. And Tiki putting up all 4 for Great Lakes. Emotional Jamage returning to the jam line for Lansing. And Nesquik, number 28, wearing the star for Great Lakes. Nesquik running right into Yar and Mick Jammer in the pack. Motor City Kitty also going to assist. Nesquik is just too quick. Nesquik will be lead jammer. Oh, and Savage Patch Kid coming to the penalty box for her very first adult penalty. And Nesquik picking up 4 points there for Great Lakes. Emotional Jamage answering in kind for Lansing. And that pack is moving at the speed of light. Nice hip bump there from Yar. And Nesquik decides to call it off. Emotional Jammage picking up 4 points. Both of our jammers picking up 8 points for their respective teams. And so far, our teams are just about neck and neck. Great Lakes at 17, Lansing at 14. We got Lacey B jamming back on the jam line for Great Lakes. Number 0, Barbie Flay, wearing the star for Lansing. Oh, and just barely dodging past Edmund Hits there. Barbie Flay is going to be lead jammer. Oh, and Barbie scoots right into Edmund Hits again. Savage Patch Kid forcing a call off there. Barbie did pick up 3 points for Lansing, and that's going to tie things up, sports fans. Both teams at 17. We don't know about the rest of you, but Motor City Kitty is excited to hear that. We got Rogue One, number 69, jamming for Lansing. And wearing the star for Great Lakes, this is number 44, Tiki Torture. Oh, Tiki Torture laying the lumber on Motor City Kitty. Oh, we got us. We got a little jammer on jammer high five on the jam line. Got emotional jammage back on the jam line for Lansing. Nesquik, number 28, jamming for Great Lakes. Emotional jammage looking for that hole. 4-leaf clobber putting up the defense there. And Nesquik will be lead jammer. Emotional jammage, half a lap behind. Great Lakes is a team, though, that loves speed, and so far Lansing has been keeping up. Nesquik putting 4 points on the board there for Great Lakes. And emotional jammage also picking up 4 there for Lansing. And so we are going to end this. Oh, I spoke too quickly. Great Lakes breaking the tie. Nesquik putting 8 points on the board there, that jam. Bringing Great Lakes total up to 25. Lansing at 21. Tiki Torture, number 44, returning to the jam line for Great Lakes. Number 0, Barbie Flay, wearing the star for Lansing. And Barbie Flay will be lead jammer. And Barbie Flay, faster than I think I've ever seen her. Halfway through the pack, calls it off. Barbie picking up 1 point there for Lansing. Great. Tiki Torture held scoreless, and not a thing you can say often about Tiki Torture. Got Lacey B jamming back on the jam line there for Great Lakes. Number 69, Rogue One, jamming for Lansing. Nesquik blocking this time, putting a nice stop there on Rogue One. Little love tap there from Flutterbat. Lacey B jamming meanwhile, coming up against Incy Mood and Lucille Brawl at the front of the pack. They've got to let her go. Lacey B jamming, lead jammer. We got a star pass to Lucille Brawl, number 10 from Rogue One. And we got both jammers neck and neck. That's another 4 points on the board for Lacey B jamming. Lacey coming in for another scoring pass. Gets hit to the outside by Inzy Mood, calls it off. And Lansing held scoreless in that jam. Lacey picking up 3 more points, 7-point jam there for Great Lakes. That puts them in the lead by 10 points at 32. Lansing trailing at 22. We've got Herderino back on the jam line for Lansing, joined by number 44, Tiki Torture of Great Lakes. Nice hit to the outside from Sophira. Mick Jammer holding Tiki Torture back. Yar coming in for a shoulder hit. To our medics, and appears that Great Lakes is calling an official review.
It's not always an injury on the court that takes you out. Pain and mobility issues arrive anywhere, at any time. The sports medicine providers at MSU Healthcare are here for your comeback.
Patients should expect that we'll spend time with them and listen to their symptoms, tailor a physical examination to their issues, and customize a treatment plan, whether it's surgical or non-surgical, to help them get back to their active lifestyle and goals that they're interested in.
Sports medicine is a bit of a misnomer. We don't only treat athletes or people involved in organized sport. I think the better title for this would really be movement medicine. If you have something that's limiting your ability to do those tasks, we're here for you to help you and get you back.
Testing a low block, be assessed on a Lansing blocker this last jam. Unfortunately for Great Lakes, the refs did not see it that way. No penalty will be assessed, and Great Lakes will lose their official review. And 5 seconds has been called. We're getting ready to start this bout back up again. It's number 12, Emotional Jamage, on the jam line for Lansing. It is number 15, Savage Patch Kid, jamming for Great Lakes. And would you look at that? Her very first adult bout, Savage Patch Kid will be lead jammer. Savage Patch Kid taking a cue from the bench. Strega forcing a call off there. And Savage Patch Kid picked up 3 points there for Great Lakes. But Emotional Jamage picked up 4 there for Lansing. We got Lacey B jamming back up on the jam line for Great Lakes. That's number 0, Barbie Flay, wearing the star for Lansing. So far, pretty clean game penalty-wise. No one in the penalty box. Ms. Hyde has Lacey in her sights. Yar doing a nice job holding together that 4-wall there. Lacey looking for the hole. Nesquick holding things down. Oh, Barbie finds a centimeter on the outside and takes it. Barbie will be lead jammer. Lacey coming up against Motor City Kitty and Yar in the pack. Oh, and Lacey B jamming is out. Barbie Flay 4 points ahead. Our jammers are neck and neck on a race to get to the pack. The pack is moving fast. Mick Jammer coming to visit us in the sin bin, and Barbie calls it off. And Great Lakes held scoreless. Lansing creeping up to Great Lakes total. That's going to put them at 30. Great Lakes still in the lead at 35. Oh, never mind. Axel Rolls has 2 fingers up. Great Lakes did pick up 2 points in that jam, make that 37. We got Hurtarino back on the jam line for Lansing, but Nesquick just a little bit quicker. Nesquick will be lead jammer. And Hurtarino is out. Nesquick, meanwhile, coming in for her first scoring pass, coming up against Inzy Mood and Strega. And Nesquick just throws Strega to the side like a rag doll. Comes around for 4 points. And that's going to be the jam. And Axel Rolls looks... and Axel Rolls doesn't quite know what's going on. I'm not sure myself, but I do see the jam timer making the official timeout signal. So I would assume we are in an official timeout. And the timeout is over. 5 seconds has been called. That means we can get back to what we're all here for, the Derby action. We got emotional jammage back on the jam line for Lansing. Tiki Torture wearing the star for Great Lakes. Tiki sneaking past Yar for lead jammer. Oh, nice love tap there from Nesquik on emotional jammage. Canada Whoop has called out on a destruction of backpack play, and Tiki Torture coming around for 4. We got a star pass to number 21, Mick Jammer. Tiki Torture heading into the pack for another scoring pass. Little baby Apex jump, and that's another 4 points there for Tiki Torture. And Tiki makes one more pass, calls it off. And Lansing held scoreless that jam. Tiki Torture picking up 2 more points. 10-point jam there for Great Lakes. That's going to increase their lead to 20 points. Great Lakes now at 51, Lansing 31. And we've got just 15 minutes left to go in this first half. Barbie Flay, number 0, back up on the jam line for Lansing. Lacey B jamming, wearing the star for Great Lakes. Barbie looks for a hole on the outside. Takes a ride off of number 33, put in. 4-leaf clobber also going to come in for assist. Oh, big hit from Flutterbat there at the front of the pack. Lacey B jamming, taking advantage. Lacey will be lead jammer. Flutterbat not taking it easy out on Barbie. Puddin sent to the penalty box. It's a 3-on-4 pack. Barbie, star pass achievement not unlocked, but hey, she's through the pack. Lacey coming around for 4 points for Great Lakes. Barbie coming in for her first scoring pass. She's on to Flutterbat. This time, 4-leaf clobber makes an attempt, but there's no stopping Barbie. 4 points on the board for Lansing. And Lacey takes a cue from life coach Dan, calls it off, picking up another 4 points for Great Lakes. We got Herderino back on the jam line for Lansing. And this is somebody wearing a star for Great Lakes. It's number 28, Nesquik. And Nesquik coming up against Ms. Hyde and Mick Jammer in the pack. But they can't slow her down. Nesquik will be lead jammer. And Herderino half a lap behind. Nesquik living up to the name. She is quick. Little baby Apex jumping right over Yar. Ooh, didn't quite nail the landing. Nesquik called out on a track cut. It's a power jam for Lansing. Flutterbat coming in to join her jammer in the penalty box. Let's see if Herderino can take advantage here, put some points on the board for Lansing. And 3 points on the board for Herderino. No pass, no penalty there on one of the blockers. And that's on 4 full points this time for Herderino. 7-point jam so far. Lansing is catching up, but Nesquik is fresh out of the box with a vengeance. 4 points already for Nesquik. And Mick Jammer called out for a back block. Now it's Lansing with the penalty trouble. And Nesquik taking advantage. Another 4 points on the board for Nesquik. We still have 18 seconds left to go. Ooh, and Herderino called out on an elbow. It's going to be a power jam for Great Lakes with 11 seconds left to go. Oh, cruel misfortune. The timing. Nesquik coming around on 1 foot for another scoring pass at the buzzer. So 12-point jam there for Nesquik. And we've got an official time out in progress. All right, back into action here. Oh, never mind. Oh, this is a power jam for Great Lakes. Tiki Torture wearing the star, and Tiki will be lead jammer. And number 56, Great Lakes Pivot called out on a penalty. Tiki Torture on that first scoring pass. Running into some resistance from Yar in the pack. And Tiki cut. Oh, Tiki called out on a track cut. Now it's a power jam for Lansing. Herderino thinking better of that star pass, puts the cover back on her helmet. That was Herderino's first pass, coming in for the scoring pass, running right into number 15, Crybaby. Keeps coming around for 4 points. Number 262 coming in for a sit. On her down. Nice recycling there by Yar on Tiki Torture, fresh out of that penalty box. And that's 4 points. And both of our jammers coming around for 4 points. 12-point jam so far for Herderino. That's going to be the jam. Tiki Torture putting up 4 points there for Great Lakes in that jam. And Axel Rolls has called an official timeout. And this official timeout has just become an official review for Lansing.
It's not always an injury on the court that takes you out. Pain and mobility issues arrive anywhere, at any time. The sports medicine providers at MSU Healthcare are here for your comeback.
Patients should expect that we'll spend time with them and listen to their symptoms, tailor a physical examination to their issues, and customize a treatment plan, whether it's surgical or non-surgical, to help them get back to their active lifestyle and goals that they're interested in.
Sports medicine is a bit of a misnomer. We don't only treat athletes or people involved in organized sport. I think the better title for this would really be movement medicine. If you have something that's limiting your ability to do those tasks, we're here for you to help you and get you back moving again.
Even though you're injured doesn't mean you can't be active. And I like being creative and finding ways to keep you active even though we're trying to rehab you through an injury or complaint.
MSU Healthcare Sports Medicine, official providers of MSU athletes and you.
So the official review was Lansing was requesting to have a failure to reform penalty uncalled on a blocker, and this time the refs actually agreed with Lansing. They took back the penalty, and Lansing retains their official review. 5 seconds is called. We're getting back to the action here. It is Emotional Jammage on the jam line, joined by Lacey B. Jammin of Great Lakes. Emotional Jammage shouldering her way into that 3-wall at the front of the pack. Nice bridging there from the Great Lakes pivot. And they have eventually no pack is called. They have to let her go. Emotional Jammage will be lead jammer. Daisy called out on a destruction of pack penalty. Lacey B. Jammin has to get past Yar and Motor City Kitty. Meanwhile, Emotional Jammage picking up 4 points there for Lansing. Emotional Jammage coming in for the second scoring pass, scooting around those blockers like it's nothing. Another 4 points going on the board for Jammage. Lacey B. Jammin takes off the helmet cover, looking to get a pass to number 1-3-1-5-1. Savage Patch Kid. Up, Lacey's got to keep the star. That was her first pass. Nope, no points yet. And it's a shutout from Emotional Jammage. Emotional Jammage picking up 2 more points. 10-point jam there for Jammage. That's going to bring Lansing's total up to 68. Great Lakes still in the lead at 79, but Lansing is closing things up. And right now we've got number 0, Barbie Flay, back on the jam line for Lansing. And somebody wearing a star is jamming for Great Lakes. And that is Nesquik wearing the star for Great Lakes. Nesquik is going to be lead jammer. Yeah, I know what the scoreboard says, but I also know who I see in front of me. That is Nesquik. Barbie looking for that hole in the pack. Great Lakes doubling down the defense. Four-leaf clobber is on the prowl. Nesquik putting up 4 points there for Great Lakes. And Nesquik running right into Lucille Brawl on the outside. Oh, they just wanted to give each other a hug. That's so sweet. We love to see it. Nesquik did pick up 4 more points there for Great Lakes. Lansing held scoreless that jam. Erderino is back on the jam line for Lansing. This is number 44, Tiki Torture, wearing the star for Great Lakes. And Herderino coming up against number 151 and 11, Jets Chef Boyer Doom in the pack. Nice pushing there from Flutterbat. But Mick Jammer in the front giving Tiki a run for her money there. Great Lakes playing a little divide and conquer with Lansing there in the pack. Tiki now trying to get past Motor City Kitty and Yar. And Tiki Torture. Oh, Tiki Torture coming up on a high block penalty. It's going to be a power jam for Lansing. And Herderino is going to be lead jammer. And Mick Jammer called out on I didn't hear what the ref said, but a penalty. Yeah, we'll say it's a penalty. Herderino coming in for that scoring pass. Savage Patch Kid hitting Herderino into the middle. Herderino going butt over Tea Kettle in the ref lane. What a hit from the newly adult Savage Patch Kid. What a way to celebrate your 18th birthday. And Herderino coming back into the pack there. Meanwhile, Tiki Torture shaking off that penalty like it was nothing. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got a blocker-on-blocker collision in the pack. And like and subscribe, blows the whistles. This jam is over. Herderino putting 4 points on the board there for Lansing. That's going to bring their total up to 72. Great Lakes still in the lead at 87. And we have an official timeout. All right, 5 seconds has been called. We are done with the timeout, and then we got a 3-on-4 situation. Number 33 putting cooling those wheels in the penalty box. And would you look at that? Those wheels are on fire. It is number 28, Nesquik, will be lead jammer. Emotional Jammage coming up through the inside. Not going to be lead jammer. Nesquik, blink and you miss it, putting up 4 points for Lansing. And Nesquik coming around, and Nesquik laying the lumber behind her. Another 4 points on the board for Great Lakes. And Emotional Jammage picking up 4 points there for Lansing. Terrorhawk coming in for a penalty just as Nesquik calls it off. And that's going to put Great Lakes 1 point below the century mark at 99. Lansing Roller Derby at 76. This is an intense game, sports fans. In other words, I'm changing my name from Lexi Pro to Captain Obvious. And like and subscribe approves. And Lacey B. Jammin is on the jam line for Great Lakes. Barbie Flay wearing the star for Lansing. And number 30, Sophia sends Barbie to her knees mid-pack. Flutterbat 03 holding down that 3 line for Great Lakes. But would you look at number 21 and 22, Mick Jammer, and you're holding that line down. Lacey good and trapped in the back of that pack. But what is this? Terrorhawk coming out of that pack, looking to break things up. And we have a victor. Barbie Flay will be lead jammer. Crybaby coming in to keep his penalty here in the penalty box. Barbie already up on that scoring pass. Star Apex achievement not unlocked for Barbie. Great Lakes knows exactly where that line is. They're sending her to the back of it. Flutterbat laying the lumber right in front of the penalty box. And that must be why she's headed our way. Barbie picking up more points there for very hard fought points for Lansing, bringing their total up to 80. Lacey yet to score in this jam. But boy, are those refs handing out the penalties. It's like watching the candy fly off the floats at a 4th of July parade. 4 more points going on the board for Barbie. We had a star pass there from Great Lakes, and Sophia is wearing the star, but Sophia's in the penalty box. It's a power jam for Lansing. Barbie up to 8 points this jam so far. We got 6 seconds left. Flutterbat putting a stop to that pesky apex jump there. And that's 2 minutes. And just like that, Coach Abby has called for an official review for Lansing. We've got 36 seconds left to go in this bout. 11 points between these two teams. And it's not just the ambient temperature in this room that is hot right now. Let's see what the refs have to say about this official review.
It's not always an injury on the court that takes you out. Pain and mobility issues arrive anywhere, at any time. The sports medicine providers at MSU Healthcare are here for your comeback.
Patients should expect that we'll spend time with them and listen to their symptoms, tailor a physical examination to their issues, and customize a treatment plan, whether it's surgical or non-surgical, to help them get back to their active lifestyle and goals that they're interested in.
Sports medicine is a bit of a misnomer. We don't only treat athletes or people involved in organized sport. I think the better title for this would really be movement medicine. If you have something that's limiting your ability to do those tasks, we're here for you to help you and get you back moving again.
Even though you're injured doesn't mean you can't be active. And I like being creative and finding ways to keep you active even though we're trying to rehab you through an injury or complaint.
MSU Healthcare Sports Medicine, official providers of MSU athletes and you.
All right, and with the long whistle, we are back into the Derby action here. Second half of this second bout in today's doubleheader. We're entering this second half with Great Lakes in the lead at 99 points, Lansing trailing at 88. Currently, Lansing is in a power jam with Barbie Flay wearing the star, coming up against that tight three wall in the front. Great Lakes pivot, holding things down. Nice recycling there from number 44, Tiki Torture. And Sophira out of that penalty box, passing the star to Nesquick. Coach Abby gives the signal to call it off. Double goose egg on that jam, but you know what? That just means more time to line up for the next one. And we got number 25, Lacey B. Jammin, returning to the jam line for Great Lakes. And I was about to say it is Herderino, number 18, jamming for Lansing. And we have some nice teamwork from Lansing. We got our two veterans, Ms. Hyde and Yar, holding things down for the home team. Mick Jammer and Motor City Kitty helping to keep Lacey trapped in the back of that pack. Look at that beautiful tripod, giving no quarter to Lacey. Motor City Kitty and Mick, both no strangers to the track, giving Lacey a run for her wheels there. But Lacey breaks through. Lacey cannot be stopped. Lacey is lead jammer. And Herderino doing battle with Nesquik at the front of the pack, but Nesquik has to let her go. Lacey coming in for the first scoring pass and running into that Lansing defense yet again. Herderino doing the same, tangling with Nesquik yet again in the pack. Nesquik switches to offense to help Lacey there in the back of that pack. And Lacey breaks through. Oh, out of nowhere, Motor City Kitty running sweep. Nesquik retaliates with a little love tap on Ms. Hyde there. And Motor City Kitty likes hitting Lacey so much, she does it again. And Lacey coming around for 4 very hard-fought points for Great Lakes. This is going to put Great Lakes past the century mark at 103. Herderino still on that initial pass. Lacey coming in for the second scoring pass. Oh, and that's going to be the jam. 2 minutes has passed. Herderino picking up 4 points there for Lansing. And Lacey picking up 3 more for Great Lakes. Lansing getting closer to that century mark now at 92 points. Great Lakes still in the lead at 106. Barbie Flay returning to the jam line for Lansing. It is Tiki Torture up for Great Lakes. And Barbie running into that tight 3-wall flutter bat, holding things down for Great Lakes. And Tiki Torture is going to be lead jammer. And Barbie Flay out of that pack will not be lead jammer. Tiki out of that pack for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Great Lakes coming back up to full strength as Terror Hawk emerges from the penalty box. Oh, Apex achievement not quite unlocked. Tiki Torture doesn't stick the landing, calls it off from the floor, but like and subscribe says Tiki picked up 4 more points. Barbie did steal 1 point in that jam. All right, sports fans, we're going to pause right here to announce the winner of tonight's 50-50 raffle. You're going to come to the announcer's table to claim your prize of $28. And the winning raffle number is 585748. Again, winning raffle number 545748. Again, 748. Those last 3 digits. Do we have a winner? I'm not sure either. 7. Yep, the last 3 digits are 748. All right, we're back into action here. We got Tiki Torture on the jam line. Oh, for Great Lakes. Emotional Jammage wearing the star for Lansing. And would you look at that? Emotional Jammage just sneaks up on everybody to become lead jammer. Lots of pushing, lots of shoving, lots of action in the pack, lots of Strega in the penalty box. And Emotional Jammage calls it off quick, picking up 3 points there. 4. Make that 4 points for Lansing. And that's going to send Lansing over the century mark at 101 points. Great Lakes held scoreless. I'll wait for a good minute, I guess, draw another one. All right. Seeing as no one has claimed the raffle ticket, the raffle ticket prize, we're going to do another drawing. And the winning number is 585808. Again, that winning raffle number is 585. And we have a winner. Oh, Babs is. All right. Come on up to the announcer's table. Babs will give you your prize. You're going home with $29 tonight, sir. Congratulations. Back to the action on the track, number 30. Well, somebody's coming in for a penalty. I'm not sure who. Barbie picked up 4. Barbie is going to be lead jammer this jam. All right, this jam, we've got Herderino back on the jam line for Lansing. Also, Tiki Torture number 44. And would you look at that? Tiki Torture is going to be lead jammer. And Herderino takes a tumble there on the turn, looking to get the star pass. Tiki Torture ready to score some points this jam. And Lansing lines up the defense, but Tiki Torture breaks through, coming around for 4. Herderino, meanwhile, Herderino still holding the star in her hand. Oh, never mind. That's going to be the jam. And Tiki Torture did pick up 3 more points there, that jam, for Great Lakes. And that 2-wall cannot stop Barbie Flay. Barbie will be lead jammer. Oh, beautiful, beautiful defense from Can of Whoop-Ass, Motor City Kitty, and Yar. She says as Lacey breaks through the defense, Barbie coming in for a scoring pass. Nesquik guarding the inside. Motor City Kitty running offense. Barbie scooting through backwards, calls it off. Axel Roll says she got all 4 points that jam. Make that 8. 8-point jam there for Barbie Flay. Lansing is catching up. Great Lakes still at 129. Lansing trailing at 113. And Great Lakes has called a team timeout. All right, we're back into action here. Timeout is over. We've got just 20 minutes left to go in this bout. Nesquik is back on the jam line there for Great Lakes. Number 12, Emotional Jamage, wearing the star for Lansing. And it's not just end. Nesquik taking out Straga will become lead jammer. And see, Edmund Hitz doing some nice recycling there on Jamage. Nesquik coming around for 4 points. Emotional Jamage right on her wheels. That pack is moving at lightning speed. Deacon Bruce and Lucille Brawl, the last line of defense. Four more points going on the board for Nesquik. Flutterbat's going to come join us over here in the penalty box. And Emotional Jamage picking up 4 points there for Lansing. One more pass through the pack. 12-point jam, and Nesquik calls it quits. That's going to bring Great Lakes total up to 141. Lansing trailing at 117. Barbie Flay returning to the jam line for Lansing. Joined by number 44, Tiki Torture of Great Lakes. Oh, and Tiki Torture running straight into that brick wall of defense. Yar Miss Hyde keeping things down. Barbie takes advantage. Barbie Flay will be lead jammer. And Chef Boy says jammer where, as Barbie picks up 4 points for Lansing. Tiki Torture out of that pack. Barbie coming in for a second scoring pass. Dances around the Great Lakes 3-wall and calls it off. And like and subscribe says, nope, just 4 points for you. Oh, never mind. And Great Lakes held scoreless that jam. Barbie picking up 1, 2, 3 more points there for Lansing. Herderino back on the jam line for Lansing. Nesquik wearing the star for Great Lakes. Herderino running right into 4-leaf clobber there. Lucille Brawl trying to break things up. And Nesquik will be lead jammer. Pack is moving at the speed of light out there. Nice hit from Yar. Nesquik tumbles into the ref lane, calls it off. Herderino picking up 3 points there for Lansing. Nesquik did pick up 4 points before that hit, bringing Great Lakes total up to 145. Lansing trailing 127. But we just have a, sorry, Lexi can't do math, but it's pretty close, y'all. You subtract 127 from 145. It is too hot for math out here. Barbie Flay back on the jam line for Lansing, but his Tiki Torture, number 44, will be lead jammer. Barbie looking for the star pass. Life coach Dan screaming and encouragement from the sidelines. Tiki picking up 4 points for Great Lakes. Strega out of that penalty box, walling up with their friends there. Tiki Torture bombs through that wall, coming up again for another 4 points for Great Lakes. Oh, Tiki Torture takes a little spin to the outside lane and calls it off. And Lansing held scoreless in that jam. And Great Lakes jammer struggling a little bit with the helmet cover as the jam begins. That is Puddin' on the jam line for Great Lakes. Emotional Jammage wearing the star. Nice hit from Lacey B. Jammid. Four-leaf clobber also holding things down. Chef Boyard Doom assisting there at the front of the pack. Nice hit from Nesquik there on Jammage. Puddin' with the star. Puddin' having a bit of a wardrobe malfunction with the star cover. Strega taking advantage, coming in for a big hit. Strega and Social Smacktivist playing pinball with Puddin' there at the back of the pack there. But Great Lakes not taking it easy on Emotional Jammage either. Nice recycling from number 10, Lucille Brawl of Lansing. Nesquik walling up her team at the front. Deacon Brews attempting to play some offense there. Help Emotional Jammage through. Four-leaf clobber forced to the back, and that jam is called off. Double goose egg there. Tiki Torture, number 44, is back on the jam line for Great Lakes. Number 0, Barbie Flay, is wearing the star for Lansing. And Barbie Flay is going to be lead jammer. Great Lakes without a pivot for this jam. Tiki, I hope you're okay wearing the star the whole time. Nice recycling there from Yar of Lansing. Tiki running into Mick Jammer, Can of Whoop Ass, and Motor City Kitty. Not the line you want to tangle with. 4 points already on the board for Barbie. Flutterbat running a little offense there. Defense, I get them mixed up. I'm not that smart. I apologize. Can of Whoop Ass coming to have a seat in the sin bin. Tiki calls it. And Barbie picked up 2 more points in that jam. 6-point jam for Lansing, bringing their total up to 133. Great Lakes at 153. We got a 20-point jam and just under 12 minutes left to go. Herderino is on the jam line for Lansing. And wearing the star for Great Lakes, we have somebody with a star on their helmet. I'll let you know once. Oh, that is Nesquik. I always have to see Nesquik's number before I can be sure. Nesquik coming through on a centimeter of track there on the inside. Nesquik will be lead jammer. Herderino coming in for the scoring pass. Lucille Brawl, the last line of defense, 4 points on the board for Nesquik. And that was Herderino answering with 4 points of her own for Lansing. Nesquik lining up to do it again. 1-on-1 foot pass, Strega. But 1 foot is all you need to clear the pack. Nesquik calls it off. 8-point jam there for Great Lakes. 4 points for Lansing. We got Barbie Flay, number 0, back out there, jamming for Lansing. Tiki Torture, number 44, wearing the star for Great Lakes. Yar holding things down in the pack. Motor City Kitty gets hit to the outside. Tiki doing both jamming and blocking here. And Tiki will be lead. Oh, never mind. Like and subscribe. Calling Tiki out on an elbow. This is going to be a power jam for Lansing. And Barbie will be lead jammer. And four-leaf clobber trying to break up that wall of Lansing blockers there in the back. Ms. Hyde running offense at the front of the pack for Barbie. Barbie still takes a hit to the outside from Flutterbat. And nice recycling from number 56, Terror Hawk of Great Lakes. Great Lakes doing a nice job stalling Barbie until Tiki can serve that penalty. Tiki fresh out of that pack. That was Tiki's first pass, so no points yet. Barbie calling it off from the outside lane. Barbie picking up 4 points there in that jam for Lansing and holding Great Lakes scoreless. We've got just 8.5 minutes left to go in this bout. Lacey B. Jammin, number 25, is back on the jam line for Great Lakes. Going to be joined by number 12, Emotional Jamage, wearing the star for Lansing. And that Great Lakes defense is ready. Lucille Brawl holding down that 3-wall there in the back of that pack. Lacey B. jamming, caught in their net. Nesquik doing some bridging there in the middle, keeping that pack together. Emotional Jamage will be lead jammer. And Lansing running into a little blocker trouble here as both jammers approach the pack. Emotional Jamage calls it off from the ref lane. But let's see if... Oh, Lacey picked up 3 points there for Great Lakes in that jam. And Emotional Jamage picked up 2 points there for Lansing. And Lansing has just called a team timeout. Oh, if you can't wait to hang out and share a drink with these teams after the bout, we are going someplace air-conditioned after this. You know where. It's the Mayfair Bar, our official after party partner. The beers are cold. The AC is colder. Come on to the Mayfair. Raise a drink with your team. Talk about the game. All kinds of fun. Speaking of all kinds of fun, we got the teams lining back up. Timeout is over, I think. All right, 5 seconds has been called. I was right about that timeout being over. Barbie Flay is on the jam line for Lansing. Nesquik wearing the star for Great Lakes, and Nesquik is going to be lead. Barbie taking a little love tap there from four-leaf clobber. Nesquik coming in for the scoring pass, taking the outside, then the inside. 4 points going on the board for Great Lakes. And Nesquik coming around for another 4 points. 8-point jam so far for Nesquik. And Barbie on that first scoring pass, running into a tight 3-wall there at the front of the pack. Lacey B. jamming, doing double duty as blocker here in this jam, holding down that 3-wall. And Nesquik coming out, picking up 4. 12-point jam for Nesquik. Barbie picking up 3 points there for Lansing. We got a 30-point game out there. Great Lakes in the lead at 176. Lansing trailing at 146. We got Herderino back on the jam line for Lansing. This is going to be Tiki Torture, number 44, wearing the star for Great Lakes. Crybaby holding together that 3-wall, 4-wall, I can't count today. Herderino's got her work cut out for Tiki Torture, looking for that bit to get by in that. Oh, nice offense there from number 30, Sophia. As Tiki Torture is going to be lead jammer. Herderino passing the star, or trying to pass the star. And out of nowhere comes Tiki Torture, scoring points and running sweep. Not many jammers can do that. Take out a jammer blocker, score points all at once. We do have we got a jammer. We got Nesquik back on the jam line for Great Lakes. Barbie Flay wearing the star for Lansing. And nice recycling from Flutterbat there on Barbie. Barbie looks for a hole on the inside. Lacey puts a stop to that, recycles Barbie to all the way to the back of that pack. Nesquik will be lead jammer. Barbie going for the star pass. Nesquik's apex achievement definitely unlocked. 4 points going on the board for Nesquik. Barbie putting the star back on. Nesquik coming in for a second scoring pass. Nice hit there from Lucille Brawl. Forces a call off there from Nesquik. 3 more points going on the board for Great Lakes, bringing Nesquik's total for that jam up to 7. Oh, and Barbie did steal 3 points for Lansing that jam. And Tiki Torture is back on the jam line for Great Lakes. Right away, running into a tough 3-wall. Nice love tap from Social Smacktivist. Straga doing some recycling. And that's exactly that's the ticket for Emotional Jamage. Emotional Jamage, lead jammer. And that's going to be the jam. Back into action here. 5 seconds has been called. We got Barbie Flay back on the jam line for Lansing. This is Lacey B jamming. Oh, Lacey B jamming was jamming, but now she'll be sitting in the penalty box. It's a power jam for Lansing. Barbie running right into Crybaby in the pack. Nice offense from number 100, Motor City Kitty. And Barbie is going to be lead jammer. Nesquik coming in to join Lacey in the penalty box here. Barbie Flay hitting that. That is a tight pack on the straightaway. Lacey fresh out of that penalty box. And that's 4 points going on the board for Barbie. That was Lacey's initial pass. No points for Great Lakes yet. Lacey's coming in for the scoring pass. She has to contend with Mick Jammer and Yar at the front of the pack. Yar putting a slow down there on Lacey. Can of whoop ass also going to assist. Barbie Flay tangling with Flutterbat and Crybaby there at the back of the pack. Barbie Flay taking a hit to the inside from Nesquik. Decides to call it off. Barbie picking up 4 more points in that jam. And it looks like 4 points for each team that jam. We got just 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more jams. Great Lakes just below the double century mark at 191. Lansing 153. Our jammers are having a little confab about what they're going to order, what drinks they're going to order at the after party at Mayfair Bar. Love to see you there. We'll raise a few glasses, chat about the game, enjoy the air conditioning. It'll be great times. Okay, we're getting back into action, possibly the last jam of the night. It is number 44, Tiki Torture, on the jam line for Great Lakes. Number 12, Emotional Jammage, wearing the star for Lansing. And Emotional Jammage will be lead jammer. Coach Abby making the signal to just keep going. Tiki Torture still on that initial pass. Yar coming up to the front of that pack, and Emotional Jammage sneaking right on by for 4. And Emotional Jammage coming in for a second scoring pass. 4-leaf clobber and Terrorhawk holding down that line. This is Tiki's first scoring pass, and that's 4 points going on the board for Great Lakes. Great Lakes just 5 points left to go before they hit the double century mark. Emotional Jammage, meanwhile, 8-point jam so far, and she's still going. Strega putting a stop on Tiki Torture there at the back of the pack. Social Smacktivist also going to assist. Yar holding everything together like she does best. Oh, Strega recycling Tiki to the back of the pack. We've got 34 seconds left to go on the jam clock. Emotional Jammage has all the control here. Let's see if she'll keep going or call it off. They got some, and penalties are being called. Terror. Oh, and Tiki Torture is through the pack for 4 points. It's an 8-point jam so far for both teams. Great Lakes now at 199 points. Tiki trying to score the 200th, and that's the buzzer. And that's the game, sports fans. 3 more points. 4 more points going on the board there for Lansing. Great Lakes stuck at 8. That's just there. So our unofficial final score, Great Lakes 199, Lansing Roller Derby 165. What a game, both teams. That was spectacular. Seriously, the jammy, the offense, the defense, all of this in this incredible sultry 112-degree heat we have. And we want to say, first of all, thank you so much to Great Lakes Roller Derby for making the trip here from Fraser. Hope to see you again soon here at Court 1. Thank you so much to our refs and our NSOs giving up your Saturday night to make sure this game went the way Derby is supposed to. Big thank you to our